I swear. Did you start recording? We're not doing this, Christopher.
I did.
Hi, it's Veronica. This is the Chris and Veronica Show. I'm taking over for Chris because, Chris is being just a horrible co-host today. Doesn't tell me when we're recording. Let's just stuff food in my mouth while we're recording. But yes, hi. Let me pretend this is going to be me, Chris. Hi, this is the Chris and Veronica Show. Find us on all the things.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty good. Don't worry. We got this. Ready? Music?
Yes.
Welcome back. This is the Chris and Veronica Show. My name is Chris. This is...
It's Veronica.
Find us at chrisandveronica.com. Yes, we're back. Yes, I'm wearing a different hat. Thank you for noticing, Veronica. You're so kind.
That's a word, yes.
This is what I'm saying. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I'm wearing a whole new hat. It's kind of fun.
Sure. Is that what we're going to be doing? Revolving hats?
Yeah, this is called the episode of hats. So this one is from Funky Monkey 1049, if you remember back in the day. If you're a South Ender and you have lived here since, let's call it, early 2000s or something. This hat is from Funky Monkey 104.9.
Wow.
Which is a radio station that it was the whole thing. Anyway, hi.
Hi.
What are we talking about today?
Hi, skater boy.
Skaters. Mm-hmm.
The rest are haters. No.
Yeah. I'm a snowboarder. I used to be a skater.
Oh,
and remember,
I'm scared of snowboarding.
Remember, I used to be an Olympic skater. You remember all this? This is the whole thing.
No.
Okay.
Not a skater. I thought it was a swimmer.
No, a speed skater.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a long story.
It's like it's another layer of Chris.
Lots of onions.
What have you not done?
I don't know. We'll find out though.
Yes, we will.
We're gonna find out real quick.
Yes, we will. We will definitely find all of that out.
There's a bunch of stuff I'm really excited for. There's like some commercial real estate projects that are coming up that are going to be really amazing, like multi-million-dollar projects. Amazing, amazing fun things. Providing housing to people, which is going to be a whole thing. Putting your water bottle in front of your camera. If you're watching on the camera, don't worry. She moved her water bottle so you can actually see her face. Because YouTube is a whole thing. But Spotify is too, and all the other places. Where's your shirt from? I like your shirt. It's got a rainbow and it says "Be kind" on it.
So these are from my favorite two people, November and Jackie Parker.
Oh, fun.
Yes,
the real
you
estate
met them.
team
Yes,
people.
Heritage
yeah,
Home Partners.
Heritage, yes.
They're awesome.
Oh, they're fun.
And then,
Didn't they have a trivia night not too long ago?
Yes, that you said you were going to come and
I
you
did.
didn't, and we
Not
lost.
go.
If you would have been there.
It was 90s trivia.
Yes.
I
we
heard
would have
something
definitely
about The Lion King.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be like Titanic and maybe some sort of, what's that movie where they have the Blair Witch Project? And then Romeo and Juliet was like in the 90s. That was a whole thing. We actually took a field trip from my school to go see that.
And then I was trying to do Google all this trivia. I was told The English Patient was one of the highest grossing films, but that wasn't on there. So I'm
Notting
wondering.
Hill or something, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was Star Wars.
Was it a movie? Oh, they had a bunch of new Star Wars that came out, right?
Yes, they had Star Wars. They had, of course, The Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of other ones. Titanic, of course.
Titanic, right? I mean, come on, Rose. Seriously, you can't just like, you've got a whole like thing, and then you like throw it in the ocean. It's like, multi-$350 million like rock that you've decided to keep this entire time, but yet you could not make room on the door for Jack. I mean, seriously?
Well, because we were young, we made reckless choices.
No,
when
we
were
didn't.
young.
She was selfish. She was selfish the entire movie.
Didn't you make selfish choices when you were young?
I'm telling you.
How do you know it was love?
I loved him. No, you didn't. You let him drown. That's what happened.
No, he was being a gentleman by letting her be on the
that's
door.
Not a thing.
She thought
get out the way. Use your elbows. That's
Get
not
out
a thing. There was enough room on that door for both of them.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is the whole thing.
I can tell.
And then there's this guy that had this entire thing that was put together where he's out like putting together ships and people to like go and try and find the Hope Diamond, right? And then she's like out there with the Hope Diamond on his ship that he's intentionally looking for it.
I bet
and
she would have
she's
been like, you had this the whole time.
Right? And, like, okay, I'm just wondering who packed her bags that didn't see that. Because, she got off that thing in a wheelchair. Like, they, like, lifted her out of the helicopter in a wheelchair. Somebody else had to have packed her bags. Like, how is she going to hide that for that many years and get on some sort of, like, military helicopter thing to be able to, like, get out to the
but
thing?
her family, because she had, you're right.
Right? Her granddaughter?
Right, she had to have
Oh, my
told
gosh.
somebody.
These are all things.
I would have been like, great grandmother, you mean to tell me that when I came to you to ask for help,
right?
You had this the whole time?
I had asked you for $20.
We could have had generational wealth.
Yeah. And instead, right into the ocean. Who does that?
I would have been like, mm-hmm. I put,
just so she can make it
on it.
Just so she can make it back to the place where the Titanic sank to be able to throw it down there. Like, are we? I have feelings, Veronica. I have feelings about Titanic.
Say.
I sure do. I sure do. Yeah. These are all things.
Oh my god!
How you doing over there? You surviving? You doing good?
Yes, I am. I was like, wow. Anyways, you're detracting from the whole point of this.
What's the point? Oh, 90s trivia.
Yes,
sorry. So we're talking about 90s trivia.
Been there.
I was in spirit.
See,
I had like 4 things going on that day.
I know you did. I hope it was worth breaking my heart. And we could have all split $250.
I know, but that was that was the night I was actually sick though. Because that was that Friday.
Oh, you didn't end up going to poker?
No, okay. I didn't end up doing anything that
Then that's
night.
okay. I forgive you.
I stayed home that night.
You have been given.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm falling back. Oh, may you be something with the something full of, I don't know.
Sana, colita.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. These are all things. No, it was that Friday. So that is that day where by 3 p.m. that day, I was done. Like I made it home and I was going to like change and then like go and do all the things that night. But I had like 4 things that night that had been on my calendar.
So you didn't even make it to dinner with Pocket?
No, Pocket went to the dinner thing without me as well to go hang out with them.
Poor Pocket.
And then it was that same couple. They were at the wedding the next day as well.
At least you were being consistent.
I was like, yeah. But I was in bed and like Pocket literally just like kept the door closed the entire time and left me there all alone. No, I'm kidding. They actually
did they bring you pizza and all the things that you love like you did for them?
So they brought me some tea. Yeah, they brought some tea. More probably just to check on me and be like, "You alive? Do I need to get the insurance policy information out yet? Or are you good?" That's probably why.
Did they put a mirror on? Okay,
yeah.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is still breathing.
Yep. I know. Everybody's waiting for that day.
Pocket.
Don't worry. It's coming up.
Come for us.
Yeah. I was like, we just went to 2 funerals. Let's not add another one this week, Veronica. Right?
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so
what do you want to do when you? What's your thing? What you want to be cremated? You want to be buried somewhere?
Wow,
what's your thing?
We took it this far, huh?
What? I mean, these are things people should talk about, right? Like, what is it?
I do want to be cremated. I want part of me to be part of a tree, and then the rest to all my children, and have little pieces of me. You know, they make these little lockets, or you can make them into rings. You're on my list.
Okay, to get a locket or something? Or is it just the toilet paper from the tree? What are you giving me? I don't know. What's happening?
This is why, people, we may be looking for new co-hosts. It's moments like these when I'm
the first thing that my mind goes to with trees right now. It's a whole thing,
and things like this. And this is what I get.
What I heard is Veronica wants to be cremated. I think that's great. I think definitely. So, like for example, yesterday there were 2 completely different like ceremonies. Right? One was a Catholic mass that was probably about 25 hours long. It started 4 days ago.
Well, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Because they have the vigil and you have to go and pray every day for like 7 days or something like that.
It was a whole thing.
I'm a bad Catholic, which is why we don't practice that anymore.
Yeah. And so there was an entire group that was like in mourning that was like up front, and everybody was like in mourning up front, right? And they had been in mourning for like a week or something like that, right? Yes. And then there was a service and like all of that. I mean, all these things are beautiful. Both of these things are beautiful that I'm going to be talking about for the services, right? I would say about 3/4 of the service there was all in Spanish, which I think was great. Because
in Spanish or in Latin?
No, Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was born in Mexico City. And grew up in a city just outside Mexico City. So there were a lot of people that had moved to this area from there. And so there was a large community of people. And literally,
that's
he has a
beautiful.
huge family, probably at least 500 people, probably from the family and
just family,
community that
yes.
came out for it. And so I was very grateful that that was all in like Spanish and stuff. And then, yeah, so it was a whole thing. And then they like went and did like a graveside and internment, like all that stuff. And then the next one that we went to, we were talking about like a whole lot of other things because it was like a drag family and part of the drag court. And like it was a different type of
Wow.
experience. And so there were like drag performances
Yes.
and people on microphones, like talking about their feelings and like what that looks like and what their experiences were and like all of that. So it was like two completely different things. And so it got us, Pocket and I, back to, and we've talked about this a lot too, like, what do we want to do when we die, right? Like, what's that thing? And forever Pocket was like, well, I just want to be like buried, but like no, you know, no cremation and just like a thing. And that's when we first got together. And now they're like, no, just cremate me and like put you next to you in the family mausoleum. And I was like, okay, we can do that. Like that's considerably easier, right? So yeah. Or we've been saying at Pocket's like, just cremate me and then put me on the corner of like Ho and whatever. And I was like, Pocket, come on. That's not, we can do that if you want to. I mean, sure.
But-
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. That there's still a place
Mm-hmm.
to go and pay respects. And I think there's a lot of people that need that, right? That thing like, hey, this is a symbol of where the person that I loved is at, or the person that, you know, I cherish and things like that.
Yeah, to be able to like visit and stuff. Yeah. And for the like Catholic mass one, so apparently, and I wasn't there for this, but everybody that was there was like, it was like prime location with a view and everything else. And they said one of the grave sites nearby, the tombstones, had on it, finally in death, I get a good view. And everybody was like cracking up about it. Yeah, it was a whole thing. And they were like, to have something that jovial, right? Like on, I don't know that jovial is even the right word, but something like that that brings joy to people as they see it. Like, I thought that was really a cool thing too.
Yes.
So I was like,
So I
yeah.
tell my friends, I'm like, we are going to throw the biggest party ever.
Yeah.
You know, everything. And I want a celebration of my life, of the things, of the accomplishments, everything that I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because, you know, I have to be petty even in death. I said, and this is the list of the people that cannot say that they knew me and they loved me.
Right. Yeah.
Don't be like, don't you ever watch or look on Facebook and you see this person? Oh, this person was this for me and that for me. Yes, we had our differences, but we overcame them. Sometimes I'm like, no, you did not.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
So there was quite a bit of that where people were like, we definitely fell out, right? We definitely fell out, but I still want to be here to be able to pay respects. And there were quite a few people that were speaking on stage at one of them saying that
But why would you want to, though?
they're saying like, this is my last opportunity for reconciliation with you and the people that you know. And I want to be able to say this publicly, right?
No, I feel, and then this is just a Veronica
Right, yeah.
feeling, that if you do that at this person's, then really you want the acknowledgement from everyone else.
Mhm.
And the one person who should have received it is gone.
Mhm.
I think, hey, keep it to yourself. Maybe later, maybe at a different time, but not there, because if I was that a daughter of the person that passed and this person said that about my parent or someone that I loved, I would have been like, okay, goodbye. You said it.
I think so. This is a little
And
bit.
I know Chris is like, calm
These
down,
are,
Veronica.
yeah, these are all things. And I'm going to say this. So this is all on video and we can get rid of this later if you want to. But he's a person that had a TBI. And so with everything that was going on, even over the last 8 years, he was not the same person. And so he had a different relationship with each person. And
I get that.
That's where a lot of them had come in saying like, you know, we didn't ever have a chance to reconcile.
So, okay, let me ask
From
then,
even
the
before
person
that.
is doing the reconcile, did they have a microphone? Were they saying this in a podium where everybody can hear?
On stage, yes, with
so
everybody.
then why wasn't it to just the loved ones? That's where I'm having a problem is, for me, it's the showboating. It's the look at me, right? Versus, hey, you know what? I knew your father, your mother, whatever,
Mhm.
and we fell out even though we knew each other for so many years. But, I just want to say my respects. I think that's different being in private, right? And I think that's the part of it that it just feels false to me.
Yeah, the circumstances I think are different for each person and how they're able to engage and stuff. And there was a private thing that happened the night before with just like family and stuff. And this was like the public one. So,
so that's what I'm saying. So they couldn't have gone to the family and said, hey, I'm so sorry this happened,
They wouldn't have been invited to the family.
No, I meant talk to the family, right? Again, this is just a Veronica thing.
It's okay.
I have my list of people that are not going to enter.
Right? Yeah, totally. So, but so it's the whole thing. Yeah, so a couple. I was going to say weddings over the weekend. And so Pocket and I always like talk about that stuff, and I'm always happy to talk about that stuff just because
I know you are because you feel like let's be prepared.
Yeah. Be prepared and take care of the thing. That way everybody knows where you're at. So you said you want to be cremated and then turn into a tree and toilet paper. That's what I heard.
No. You're making me rethink the tree thing.
Okay. No tree thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll think about the tree. Let me come back to that. Maybe a plan. Maybe part of a plan.
Yes.
And everybody has to take that plan. And when I grow and what is it that when you take the plant and you separate them and put them in smaller pots? What is it?
Don't they die when that happens?
No, you're supposed to do that. Is it propagation?
Propagation. Sure. Yes. I mean, it is. Yes. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Propagating a planet.
Thank you. See?
Yeah. These are all things. I was just waiting to see if you could actually get it. But how do you say that again?
Anyways, so we will be hosting the casting call.
Yeah, for the propagating side. So yes, you can turn into one plant that turns into many, like bamboo or something. But then that's still toilet paper. So
they make toilet paper out of bamboo.
Yeah, it's a whole thing because it's a more of a renewable type of product, and it comes through faster because bamboo goes through faster than trees.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing a lot more things with bamboo. This is the whole thing.
Well, I know, now I don't know if the sheets
even
are, but there's bamboo
stuff.
sheets.
Sheets, yeah.
Those are the most amazing sheets ever. I wish I had bamboo sheet money.
Yeah.
Because I would get them in all the colors.
We have bamboo sheets.
Oh, yes. They're so
I
amazing.
just changed them on the bed right now.
And you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
I run hot at night. I do not like to sweat. I put my hair up, everything. And the bamboo sheets are so cool. Like they'll retain the heat, but also they'll let go of the heat as well. It's like, oh, teach me this magic.
Yeah. Yeah, the bamboo sheets are great. They're really comfy.
See, and this is us unscripted.
Yeah.
Somebody asked us, what do you guys talk about?
Nothing. Everything. All the things. What did you got over there? Milano cookies? What are those? Pepperidge Farm?
Yes, there's Sausalito.
Sausalito.
Yes.
Sausalito, Pepperidge Farm cookies, big chocolate macadamia.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Those look good. Thanks for sharing with me. I didn't even know
Well,
they were
I
going to
just
do a
had
whole
one,
thing.
but you notice I haven't eaten it because I was going to say,
I know.
would
We've
you
been
like
recording.
half?
Oh, that's
Because
so
every
sweet
time
of
I come
you.
here, I don't know if there's going to be sweets or not.
Yeah, we have some sweets right now.
See, again, right now,
There's
keyword
M&Ms.
right now.
There are M&Ms on the counter.
I know because I had them at movie night with Pocket.
I heard you had a movie night without me.
Pocket.
I don't even know what you all were watching, but I heard you had a movie night without me.
It wasn't Wicked.
It wasn't?
No.
Okay, that
was the one thing.
Because it's normally
I said,
just like
as long
Wicked
as
again.
it's not Wicked.
Yeah. What did you watch though? What was it?
We
Like
ended
some
up
movie
watching
or a show?
a documentary, Con Mom.
Martha Stewart?
No.
No? No, not Martha Stewart. Okay, so Con Mom, but not Martha Stewart documentary.
No, it was actually really, I don't know. Pocket and I were looking at you like, that doesn't, why? So
what is
the
this?
It was called Con, C-O-N.
Okay.
Mom.
So not a
M-O.
mom.
Yes.
Or-
It's
not
a
a
mom that ended up conning. Well, I don't want to
Oh,
give it.
like conning
Yes,
things. Oh,
people.
okay. I was like
Yes.
anti-mom. Like, what is
no,
that? But no,
that's
actually,
really
like
what it
like a
was.
con artist.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I know you're like con. It could be convict. What
Yeah,
are we doing?
I don't know what we're talking about. Like, yeah, what's
It
the
was
short?
really a good movie. And we're like, what? No, we wouldn't think. So if somebody would come to you and say, Chris, I'm your father. I've got 6 months to live.
Yeah.
I have this wealth. I am a Nigerian. Well, maybe not for
Yeah,
you.
right. Some
I
sort
am
of
a
prince
Scottish
or something.
lord.
Right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Let me shower you with wealth. And they take you to the most expensive hotel here. And
Sure.
they want to buy you a car. They take you to Rolls Royce and all this stuff.
Okay. And then
would
make you pay for it?
no, they'll pay. And that's the thing where the guy was saying it didn't just start off where she asked for money. Like I was in all these places and they were catering to her. Like
Yeah.
everybody knew her.
She had a pyramid scheme.
That's what it was. So
Yeah.
now come to find
It
out.
was
So
like
I
a
don't want to
trade
spoil
through.
the movie for a lot of people, but it
Okay,
was
fine. Spoiler alert, things are going to happen because I am not watching this movie later. So if you don't want to hear this, we're nearly at the end of the episode. Skip to the next episode. So how did it go? Tell me more. What happened with this one?
you're so then it turned out that she wanted him to fly with her to Switzerland.
Okay.
So to transfer over funds and all these other things, but
Sure.
really she just ended up conning more people
Right.
there to get money for investment schemes. So the cash, and it was really, so the people that were giving her the cash, then she was paying off some of the money from her son, but her son ended up getting credit cards. And that's the part where me and Pocket like, I said, imagine if Chris would do that, Chris would be dead. So he ended up taking out credit cards unbeknownst to
Her
his
son.
partner. Yes, her
The
son.
lady, the con artist's son.
Yes.
So the con artist's son also had a partner?
Yeah,
Like a
partner.
spouse?
Yes, a partner. And they were
Okay.
expecting because they weren't his fiance.
Okay.
Yes,
so
and
they're
she
straight.
didn't. Yes, and
Okay.
she didn't understand that. She didn't know.
The pregnant lady didn't know that this is a
No.
whole long con?
Yes,
Mm.
that he was getting these 3 credit cards out.
Mhm.
So we
In her name?
no, in his name, but still they're together, right? I mean, think about it. Imagine if Pocket took out 3 credit cards
Mm-hmm.
in their name.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are still married. You still have to figure out how you're going to pay off that debt.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
Just make so much money, it doesn't matter. But keep going.
But then the fiance was like, something's not right. Something's not right. But here's the backstory, and this is where I think where a lot of people let a lot of things slide because you're looking at it from a different lens. He always wanted to know who his mother was. He was put up for adoption when he was 8 years old. So to have this woman come into his life to say, hey, I'm your mom. I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was like the con mom to him.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So
But he was married to a lady that wasn't part of the con?
No.
Oh, I thought she was part of the con,
No,
the lady.
no, she
Oh,
wasn't.
because I've been like, child support, get your money. No? No? West LA, East LA, nobody does that?
no,
You're talking about
she
like,
was not.
get me my check.
No, she was not. But yeah, he ended up at the end. He found out, yes, that was truly his mom. He had a DNA test done. That was because
The con artist was the mom?
Yes,
That
that
was
was his
his mom?
mom. That was what the fiance was saying. She's like, "What if this isn't even your mother?" So he had that DNA done, and he wasn't even there for the birth of their child because he was in Switzerland trying to hold off. Right? It was just a lot of things. And Pac was like, "Oh yeah, I would have left him because now you don't care about me and our child together. You're off with your mother. Go be with your mother." So he ended up losing. He was in $350,000 debt after all the hotels.
This sounds like some crazy straight people stuff. This is what. Because
happen.
you know how sugar daddies work in the gay world. You have the money first, and then you become the sugar daddy. It isn't the opposite
But
way
it's
around.
that emotional. Think about it. It's that emotional part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This
This is why gay world and straight
mom.
world.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's a whole thing.
No, I think it's an emotional tie.
For what?
I don't think whatever you are, you're saying that it would be different in the gay world, but I'm thinking if somebody was given up for adoption and they've always longed to look for their parents,
Yeah.
you would let certain things slide. You would be so like, oh no, my mom is sick because again, she kept putting out that she only had 6 months to live.
Because she's in Switzerland.
No, it turned out, he was like, she sent photos of that she just threw up blood, but he went through her stuff and she had red food dye and a bunch of other, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but no, it's an emotional thing. You mean to
Was it
tell-
based on a true story?
Yeah, it did happen. Yeah, he's a
So if
Michelin
you're
chef?
watching online,
He's a
Veronica
Michelin
is
chef.
giving you the key on how to be able to get $350,000 from stupid people. It's happening.
No,
You just
that
gave the
is not.
entire
no,
blueprint.
because that's a different mindset. I would feel so guilty.
Right?
I would feel like I would be angry if that happened to me. I would no. I would be more than angry. There would be so many things
Let
that
me
we are not
get
going to
this
say on
straight.
air.
You're trying to find your biological mom, and through that, you're going to spend $350,000. This is what I'm hearing. On credit cards.
Here's the thing. Would I help? Because, I am adopted. So if somebody would come forward and say, Veronica, I'm your sister, or hey, Veronica, I knew your mother and she's sick, I would say, what does she need? I would ask, what does she need? Well,
hey, Veronica, I'm your sister. Your mom's having issues.
It's a good thing you said there's no cursing on here.
Because these are things, right? That's how crazy it sounds when I say it, right? It's the same thing.
But it's not crazy because they're narcissists or people that pray know what buttons.
Yeah.
Know what to say, know your triggers, right? So
this is where I always say trust but verify, right?
Yes.
Like
that's what
trust
I would do. Trust but verify. I would verify.
See, that's the thing. Because you can for people that are saying stuff to you or whatever, you can say the thing, but I'm also gonna verify. Right? It's just like anytime that I sit down with a client and they're like, I do this, and I was like, show me. I literally I'll do a ride along with you for a day, so I see the things that you do.
You wouldn't even trust it. I'll always do a hard search on paper and things like that. You actually want the ride along?
Yeah.
Wow, I never even thought of adding that. Well, it's different what you do and what I do. Okay. All right.
Because if you think about even some of the first things that we did together, right? What were some of the first things that we did? How did I trust but verify?
You were trying to make sure that I do host community events.
How do you trust but verify, right?
That's very true.
By participating, by being there, by doing the thing,
so
right?
It wasn't just because you were supporting me.
That
you
too.
Love what I do.
Those are things too, right? And so, but it's that's where I'm you can trust but verify.
That's true.
But literally do the thing, show up with
I actually had a client do that for one of my first big events. And they said, oh, it's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. I'm like, yeah, I said because you just never know with the people and the attendance.
Yeah, and it's also showing up for people, that's that showing up for people side of things. And
this is why Monday I'm going to show up for you.
That's
showing
up
for you.
Okay, that's on the next episode because we're at 30 minutes. We got to go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's it. I know. We told people to skip to the end of the episode. So any of that last portion, if you're still here, comment, I don't know, Funky Monkey, because that's what my hat is. Funky Monkey 104.9.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for hanging in there with us. Hanging out, hanging in?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Riding along, who knows?
Right? Yeah, this is the Chris and Veronica Show. My name is Chris. This is...
It's Veronica. And
find us online at chrisandveronica.com. All the socials, Chris and Veronica Show. And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
Yeah. Okay, bye.